So this video is on social support, and I cover the functional approach, which is all about differentiating or distinguishing the different forms of support, and an approach called the optimal matching hypothesis, which is all about matching those particular forms of social support to particular situations where that support is needed. Now, I've redone this animation on the video, which is why I'm introducing it here. It's the same structure to the animation. I've just spruced it up a bit with some new images and things. So, got a little bit up to date as I'm learning to use this animation software. Anyway, I'll show you the video. Here it is. Social support has attracted intense interest in recent years from a large range of professionals, including psychologists, anthropologists, psychiatrists, sociologists, social workers, and public health professionals. And this interest began when studies started to show that individuals cope well with high levels of stress if they had social support available to them. There are two ways of defining social support. There is the structural definition, which is all about systems of social support, such as social networks. Now, I've got a video on that on my YouTube channel called How to Map Your Social Network, so go have a look at that. Now, the other way of defining social support is with a functional definition, and this is what this video is all about. Now, there are various taxonomies that have been developed that aim to capture all the different types of social support that there are. I will show you one that lists 5 types. Other taxonomies list fewer types and some list more types, so people disagree about this a lot, but that's fine, just be aware of it. Here are the 5 types: material support, emotional support, esteem support, informational support, and companionship support, also known as social integration. Now, let's start off with material support. Material support is the one that is easiest to define. It's sometimes termed instrumental support or tangible support. It includes a wide range of activities such as providing assistance with household chores, taking care of children, lending or donating money, running errands, providing transportation, helping with practical tasks, and so on. For example, saying to a friend, "Do you need me to give you a lift into town?" Emotional support is such things as empathizing with someone, listening to someone, showing care for someone. So it typically involves providing a shoulder for someone to cry on, giving someone room to offload, and so on. For example, saying to a friend, "Hey, you want to talk about it?" Esteem support is where you're providing someone with a sense of being valued and respected. For example, telling a friend that you think that they're fabulous. Now, esteem support is sometimes put together with emotional support as one category. So that's that thing where taxonomies shift and change. Informational support is about providing someone with advice, guidance, useful information, or opinions that will help guide them in some way or another. It can often provide someone with what they need to effectively solve a problem in their life through helping them decide on a course of action. For example, saying to a friend, "Well, I'll tell you what I think you should do." Now, finally, there is companionship, also called social integration support. We can't agree on a name for this one, but that's okay. Now, this one's all about giving someone a sense that they belong, that they're part of a social group. For example, saying to a friend, "Hey, you're like family to me." Esteem support is sometimes put together with emotional support as one category. So again, that's one of those taxonomies where rather than having 5, they collapse 2 of the types down into one type and so have 4. So you get the idea? So lots of disagreement about whether these things are separate or together. Now, we can further categorize these types of support into 2 broad groups, which are generalized support and specific support. Generalized support is, as the name suggests, a type of support we need in general, not tied to anything specific. Here we have social companionship, sense of belonging, and emotional support, that sense of feeling listened to. Might also include esteem support. So these things are the things that are good to have in our lives all of the time. Specific support is, again, as the name suggests, tied to specific events in our lives. Now, we don't need this type of support all the time, but we need it at specific times. Here we have informational support and material support, but it can also include emotional and esteem support when it's something more than just a sense of belonging that we need. I'll give you some examples of specific times we need specific types of support. So when we're under chronic work stress, esteem support is a priority. When we're under financial stress, material support is a priority. When we're experiencing an illness, we often most need emotional support, but I'll probably add to that informational support, particularly now that medical doctors are beginning to lose a bit of their legitimate and competent authority over us. See my video on social power for a definition of those things. Now, in the event of job loss or bereavement, we require multiple forms of social support. All of this matching of types of social support to specific events is what's called the matching hypothesis. We match particular forms of social support to particular life events. Now, there are some negatives attached to social support. If you're constantly on the receiving end of social support, you can end up feeling patronized, helpless, and dependent. Conversely, when you're constantly on the giving end of social support, you can feel drained of your resources, emotionally, materially, and so on. So it's important to maintain a balance. Indeed, this is the most important element of social support, the degree to which it is reciprocated. Now, I talk some more about that in my video on social network mapping, and also in my video which is called Hairdressers versus Psychologists. Now, a question for you. What type of social support do psychologists offer people, and do you think that they always provide the right type of support at the right time? So ponder that one, and as you do so, I'll pop off and work on some more videos for you. Kind of working on providing you with some more informational support, if you like. See what I did there? Okay, so till next time, ta-da.